Okay. All right. Good morning. This is week 7. You guys have put up with me for 6 weeks now, so congratulations. Um, Ms. Johnson, good to see you and everyone else. We're going to just get into eliminating excuses today. Uh, and remember, next week is the vision board assignment. So I heard her kind of touching on that. It's my desire that some of you all share your vision boards. You may not want to, may not feel comfortable, but I'm hoping that a few of you at least want to share. And we're, of course, looking forward to Miss Johnson's vision board to see what she has in store for her life. What'd you say?
I shared it. I'll have to show it to you at the end.
What? You shared it without me? That's crazy. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we can't wait to see that. All right. So, well, I can't wait to see it. Okay. So, eliminating excuses. Listen, uh, these quotes I gave you in week 1 to kind of set up, this whole thing, right? Mike Murdoch says the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. Um, and I was telling you all to prepare like you're returning to campus, prepare like you're going to the next level, college or wherever your next level may be. And there's an anonymous quote that says you can do big things if you can't do big things if you're distracted by small things, right? So the things that you guys want to do for yourselves, the plans you have for your life, you can't accomplish them if you're distracted by small things. And then Tom Kite says you can always find a distraction if you're looking for one. And so distractions are easy to find. They're out there. And if you just look for one, you'll find it. And looking for one is key because oftentimes we don't want to do what we're assigned to do. We want to do anything else but what we want to do. So we start looking for distractions. And so I used to find myself, I can't draw. I'm not an artist at all, drawing wise, and I can't draw at all, but I would find myself not focusing on the lectures that I was in and just drawing. And I hate drawing. I can't do it. I'm horrible at it. But it was an easy distraction. And that's how distractions work. When you try and get locked in and you try and focus, your mind takes you somewhere else. All right. So we have to eliminate excuses first by getting rid of all of our distractions. Okay. Next slide. Excuse that email that just popped up. I don't know how to shut them off. So let's recap. Success is the opposite of failure. It's the status of having achieved and accomplished an aim or an objective. Being successful means that you've kind of accomplished your goals and your visions, the things that you have planned for yourself. In order to have success, you have to set goals. And goals are the object of your ambition, the reason why you do, or the way you're going to do what it is that you do, right? And so, again, the staircase. The top of the staircase is success, and each step along the way is a goal that you're accomplishing, okay? So you got to set goals in order to get to success. So, for example, if success for you is becoming a millionaire, right? You don't just roll out of bed and become a millionaire. Well, there's cases where it's happened, but that's rare, extremely rare. So in order to be successful, if success for you is defined as being a millionaire, you have to set goals to give you the roadmap on how to get there. So the first goal may be create an invention. Then the next goal may be get it patented, then marketing and all that kind of stuff, right? So each step of the way is a goal that you're accomplishing. Continuing our recap here, success requires goal setting. So Dave Ramsey and Herm Edwards. Dave Ramsey is a financial guru. Herm Edwards is the football coach for Arizona State University, former NFL player and coach. They both said it. I don't know who said it first, but they both said a goal without a plan is just a dream. So when you're setting your goals in order to get to success, you have to have a plan. This plan is a detailed proposal for doing or achieving something. Part of that plan is like the vision board exercise, right? Your success, you're painting a picture of what you want, what you feel your life will look like, what you feel like it should look like. And so the ultimate vision board is success. Each entry on the vision board is a goal, right? But then planning to get to that goal. And on my vision board, I try to do it in a systematically, to where I can say, okay, this is my starting point, and this is where I'm going to go next. And then when it's all said and done, I'll have this big picture. So your goals without a plan is just a dream. You have to be able to write a tangible plan for you to go after, okay? We'll get to why that's important in a few slides. Goals require commitment, right? Motivation will get you started. Commitment is what will keep you going. I've noticed something the last week. The gyms have reopened, and I am so grateful, so very excited about that. But I've noticed something. The gyms opened Wednesday. And we've seen an influx of people that we hadn't seen in months in the gym, right? They're motivated because they put on, we call it the Rona weight, all this pandemic weight from not working out, not being active, not going to work. And they put on all this Rona weight and they're motivated to get it off. What happens at the gyms is after about 2 to 3 weeks, people kind of fall off. And it's no longer as busy as it was 2 or 3 weeks prior. They were motivated to get started, but they needed commitment to keep going. Commitment at the gym in this particular instance is important because after 2 to 3 weeks, your body is sore, you feel beat up, you're not really seeing results come the way that you want them to come. You still can't fit in those jeans and that shirt and all that kind of stuff. And then you kind of say, well, what's the point? I'll just go do something else. Commitment says that even after the motivation leaves, even after things aren't improving after a while, even though I'm not a millionaire yet, I'm gonna be committed. It's gonna keep me going. Okay. Vince Lombardi, Super Bowl champion, Hall of Fame coach, says most people fail not because of a lack of desire, but a lack of commitment. Right? And it would be a shame if we left this earth with a bunch of desire and unfulfilled purpose because we didn't have any commitment, right? Unfulfilled goals, and we didn't have any commitment. My first time through college, I was motivated. I had a desire to be the first to graduate from my family at that time, but I lacked commitment. So then when things got uncomfortable, I dropped out, right? So most people fail not because they don't desire it, but because they lack commitment, right? Then we got into the fact that goals require time management. It's the process of planning and exercising the premeditated control of time, meaning that you put your time on a budget, just like you put your finances on a budget, if you do that yet. If you don't, you probably should. It helps increase effectiveness, okay? Helps increase effectiveness, all right? There's something I want to share with you all, and you can, and we did this with money. I talked about this with money before. You either control your money or your money will control you, all right? Now think about it. Take the word money out and substitute it for the word time. You either control your time or your time will control you, all right? We have the ability to make our time work for us and not work for our time. So if you're like me, you don't get 8 hours of sleep. I don't know how people say that that's normal. I don't get 8 hours of sleep, but let's just say you're going to get 5 to 6 hours of sleep. That means that you have 18 to 19 hours a day to accomplish your goals and to chase after your dreams and to do your schoolwork and to socialize and all that kind of stuff. And if you look at every day as in the grand scheme, if you look at every day as, look, I have 18 hours to make this day great. That means that you can allocate, you can budget out your time. I'm going to spend 6 hours on schoolwork and in school. I'm going to spend 3 hours on video games. I'm going to spend 2 hours working on and that way you can control your time, because I'm telling you, if you don't grasp this concept now, you're going to regret it after high school, right? Learn to control your time and learn to manage your time, and your time will manage and control you, all right? It'll help you remain effective, help you remain efficient, and help you remain productive, okay? Next slide. Then we ended up discussing how successful people give back, all right? And part of your time management, I challenge you guys to look for ways to give back, all right? Look for ways to give back to your community. Danny Villanueva says, success should not be measured by how much you have, by how much you give back. Albert Einstein, the genius, he said it's every man's obligation to put back into the world at least the equivalent to what he takes out of it. And so what Albert Einstein was saying is, as much as you've gained from the world, you should be able to put that much back into it. And let's bring it closer to home, right? As much as we've gained from Desert Hot Springs High School, we should be able to put that much more back into it, all right? And then Denzel Washington, who I feel is the GOAT, the greatest actor of all time, greatest of all time concerning acting, I should say. It says, at the end of the day, it's not about what you have or even what you've accomplished. It's about what you've done with those accomplishments. It's about who you've lifted up, who you've made better, and it's about what you've given back. And remember, I told you all there's several organizations here in the city that are great at giving back. And if you don't know a way to start or which way to go, let us know. We'll link you up with some of those organizations. But you got to be able to give back, okay? You got to be able to give back to the community that's giving you all that it has right now, all right? So then we go to eliminating excuses, right? Goals. How to achieve goals. Eliminate excuses. Excuses. There's a quote that I was told, I'd say 8 years ago, that kind of revolutionized the way that I thought about procrastination and making excuses. I don't know who and where it originated from, so I didn't put a name, but I put it in quotation marks so you all would know that it wasn't my original thought. But an excuse is nothing more than a lie wrapped in a reason. Okay, and you think about it, right? When's the last time that you made an excuse for not doing something? Why didn't you do the book report? Well, and here comes the lie. Well, I lost track of time, and here comes the reason, because I've been so stressed out, right? When in essence, we've already established the fact that we have 16 to 17 hours a day to do all the things that we need to do, right? So there really is no excuse. Or, okay, here's the next excuse. Why, I don't know, why weren't you in class this morning? Here comes the lie. And this is what happens. We oversleep, especially with distant learning. And this is something that, I have to watch with our daughter because she likes to sleep, right? And so here it is got to make sure she's up on time to get logged in and all that kind of stuff. But I've heard this excuse from a student at Desert Hot Springs High School who missed first period, I guess, I don't know if that's what you call it. Why weren't you in first period? Well, here comes the excuse, right? Here comes the lie. Well, I missed first period because, I was just exhausted, right? And here comes the reason. Because last night I was washing dishes till 2:00 in the morning, right? When in essence, again, you have 16 hours throughout the day to accomplish all that stuff. And you guys have to prepare yourselves to where when you go to college, those of you that desire to go, there's not going to be a bell to ring to tell you when to get from this class to the next class. There's not going to be a security guard in the hallway telling you that it's time to get to class and get out. You have to be able to manage your time, all right? So prepare yourself for what's coming next. Eliminate excuses. Set realistic goals for yourself, right? Set yourself up for success. Don't set yourself up for failure. When I say set realistic goals, right? There are certain things that we, for example, it was my goal, it was my ambition, it was my dream to run track for Team USA. I wanted to be a Team USA sprinter, right? That was when I was 20, 21 years old. All right. I love the Olympics, and I was so disappointed that they were postponed because of COVID, but they'll be here next year. But I'm 42 now, right? So one of the goals, realistic goals. I can't call a goal realistic if I say, okay, well, when the Olympics come next year, I'm going to run for Team USA. That's no longer realistic for me. I'll just be honest. It hurts to say so. I used to run the 100 and 200 meters and run it repeatedly and all that kind of stuff. If I ran 200 meters right now, you wouldn't be able to get me to walk for 3 days. So that's not a realistic goal for me, right? So don't set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up for success. Set realistic goals. If you know that it's mathematically impossible for you to get a 4.5 GPA this year because you've had a 2.0 however, right? Set your goal to where it's something you can actually attain, okay? So you can succeed. Second, recognize that when you fail, it's not fail, it's an opportunity to grow. There's something that one of the teens taught me. They said, look, I don't take losses, I just learn, right? And so when you take a step back and you have a setback, that's not a failure. Don't beat yourself up, right? Understand that whenever you, because this is what happens with excuses. We have one disappointment and then we allow it to kind of tumble into another disappointment. And then before you know it, we just live a life full of excuses. But losing or failing is not failure, right? Failing is not failure. Failure is not failing. It's an opportunity for you to grow, okay? So look for the positive in everything that you do. Then stop procrastinating. That's the quote, control your time, but it'll control you. I used to be a massive procrastinator. I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll just do it tomorrow. So here it is on Monday. I have homework to do. And and no excuse, it happened this week, right? In the program that I'm in, I have to turn in my assignments every Thursday, all right? And the new week starts on Sunday. And so the new week starts on Sunday. Okay, Sunday comes and I decide, you know what, I'm going to do it on Monday. I'm exhausted. Monday comes and then work happens. I'm like, okay, well, at least I can do it on Tuesday. Tuesday comes, I don't feel like it. Wednesday night was the Laker game. I sure wasn't doing it, Wednesday night or whatever, right? And so all these things are happening. Or Tuesday was the Laker game, then Wednesday, and then all of a sudden here it is Thursday, and not only am I staring at this assignment that I have to do, these two assignments, but now I have all of the week's worth of stuff and Thursday stuff all sitting on my shoulders, right? So procrastination does nothing more than build up all the work, because the work's not going anywhere. So you might as well knock it out when you have the opportunity. Okay. And then set benchmarks for yourself and reward yourself. All right. Um, Periodically, if in the grand scheme of things, we see success as the top of the staircase and the goals as each step on the staircase, realistically, every time we take a step up, we should reward ourselves. We should do something nice for ourselves, make an incentive program, a reward system to kind of keep you focused and keep you driven. So whenever that semester ends and you end up with a 3.0 GPA, heading towards your goal of 3.5, you should do something and celebrate yourself. Don't wait on anyone else to celebrate you. Celebrate yourself, okay? Motivate yourself, because there will come a time where you don't have a cheering section and all that kind of stuff. You just may have to motivate yourself, all right? And I believe that, yes, that is the last one. All right, so make sure that you set up a system to reward yourself, okay, guys? Don't get so caught up in working that you forget to have a little fun. You don't want to burn out. And then also, you don't want to take the times where people will call them losses. You don't want to take those personal. You don't want to internalize those. You want to just look at it and say, okay, I didn't lose. I learned something from it. And then reward yourself after you learn something from it. All right. So please get rid of all excuses, stop procrastinating, and make efforts to do better. All right. Next week, I want to see some vision boards. I'm going to see one right now, but I want to see some of yours as well. And I want you guys to help inspire me too. All right. So I'm going to turn it back over to Ms. Johnson. Actually, she snatched it from me because she's Debo. And she's going to show me her vision board.
The kids have already seen it. Here it is for you. And then students, you know what you need to do, the guest speaker reflection along with your exit ticket and your you can start working on your vision board with the time that we have left. So if you